Welcome back to Looks at Books. I'm your host, Clint Norman. Today, I'm looking at the novel Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas. Then he was a nobleman of France in the 1800s. This novel is actually set in the 1600s, 17th century. Uh, he, at the age of 27, made his name with Henry III. It was a it was a romantic um, play that he put on. So he was a big name in the French theater already, and then he made his name as a novelist. So he lived kind of an interesting life. He wasn't the best man when it came to women. Like he had a mistress who he married, and then he spent all her dowry. Then he left her, and built his chateau. My bad. And then eventually became bankrupt. He died penniless. You know, he was forced to flee France to Belgium to escape his creditors, and then yeah, he joined uh Italy in its in fighting for its independence. You know, then he died penniless. But this the book has this little synopsis on his life, you know, and at the end it says, "Full of his characteristic panache, saying of death, I shall tell her a story, and she will be kind to me." Well, I feel like if he told Death a story like the Three Musketeers, she would be kind to him. In this swashbuckling epic, nobleman D'Artagnan, not yet 20, sets off for Paris in hopes of joining the Musketeers, that legion of heroes highly favored by King Louis XIII and feared by the evil Cardinal Richelieu. By fighting alongside Athos, Porthos, and Aramis as they battle their enemies, D'Artagnan proves he has the heart of a musketeer and earns himself a place in their ranks. Soon D'Artagnan and the gallant trio must use all their wits and sword skills to preserve the king's honor and thwart the wicked schemes of Cardinal Richelieu. With this classic tale, Dumas embroidered upon history a colorful world of swordplay, intrigue, and romance, earning The Three Musketeers its reputation as one of the most thrilling adventure novels ever written. And it definitely is that. I could not put this down. It's a a grand epic of old France, and it's it might just be this translation because I don't know French. I have never read anything in French. But this in particular is a good version of this. It's complete, unabridged, and it's a Signet classic. This is a good this is a good line of novels. Signet classics. I have a bunch of classics in this line, and so there's the only uh the only sad part is there's no end notes or footnotes, you know, to like point out the references and whatnot. Like I get some of them like in the on the first page. There's a reference to Don Quixote, and I have done a video on Don Quixote before. You can check that out. But yeah, a lot of people won't know who that is. So he's a Spanish hero. A legendary figure of Spanish literature who was obsessed with chivalry and thought that he was a knight. Like he literally went mad and thought he was a knight. You know, so he'd go around the countryside, and that's where the whole uh, tilting with fighting windmills, comes from. It comes from Don Quixote because he thought windmills were giants. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that one. But this one is really fun. There are like really evil villains, and really good heroes. It's a classic kind of tale of good versus evil and adventure. Most of all, adventure. Like there's intrigue. That's what I like about it too. Because I like a good, like sort of Game of Thrones feel where you got backstabbing, you got spying, you got you know plotting. So the Three Musketeers themselves are ladies' men for the most part, and I just found them charming, and D'Artagnan is like the classic kind of hero, uh, not reluctant hero so much as like I wanna be just like these guys, like I look up to them, I want to be just like them, and he earns his, like the synopsis says, he earns himself a place in their ranks. So yeah, this one here, I think you'll enjoy if you're like an adventure fan. If you just like swashbuckling, you know, there's a lot of that. So yeah, pick it up if you haven't before. The Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.